Welcome to Muscle Gain, everybody. Coach Ryan here. Real quick before we hop in, I want to discuss what we're going to be doing and how we're actually going to gain muscle, right? How can we take a goal of, hey, I want to gain 5, 10, 15 pounds of muscle to making it a reality? Instead of just saying I want to do something, how can we actually do it, and how have I done it with over hundreds of clients, hundreds of athletes, and myself? I've worked with NFL guys that need to be 275, 300 pounds of muscle. Same with baseball, rugby, huge guys, way bigger and taller than me. How do I get them to gain and sustain muscle? And on the flip side of the token, how do I get an elderly client to keep and sustain healthy muscle to keep them moving longer, be healthier, and live longer, right? If you don't have any muscle, if you're not moving, well, I mean, you gotta keep moving to live, you gotta keep moving to grow, right? And then how have I done this with myself as well? I've gained 30 pounds of muscle in one summer. I went back to school, everybody thought I took steroids over the summer. No, I just used time-tested style of training and nutrition to gain and keep and sustain muscle. So, a few topics that I want to discuss. Like I said, right before we go into this whole program, I want to outline some of the foundations that we have in muscle gain. So there's really 3 foundations. Number 1, I actually want to start with is recovery. So in these workouts, we have what we got lined up, we have the workout lined up. We know what to do, we know how hard to work. We all know how hard to work, we know how to do it. But once we work out, once we finish the workout, well, how do we recover? This is the part that I can't be over your back watching you. This is the part that I probably do need to be over someone's back watching you. Whenever I'm training these 300, 275 pure muscle guys that are just way up here, what do we do right after they stop working out? We feed them, we give them nutrition. They have a shake with protein and some milk and some vegetables, right? And something that is in there, a mixture of protein and carbohydrates. Whatever it is for you, I know for me, I made a PB&J with honey and peanut butter in there and bananas, and I'd eat that right after I work out with a protein shake. Now, the volume and how much you're eating and how often does depend on how much muscle you're trying to gain, and that you can either get with me or really just look up. It's pretty simple online anywhere, talk to another coach on how much you need to be eating. You can calculate that on a calorie calculator. But the point being is recovery is just as important as the breaking down of muscle. Think of that bicep curl. If I'm working out my muscle, I want to grow my bicep, right? I go through the whole bicep curl. Well, each time I do a bicep curl, I'm breaking down this muscle. If I do 1,000, this muscle is going to be way more fatigued at the very end of the workout compared to the beginning. We all agree on that. So think what would happen if I ingest protein and carbohydrates, because the fuel that our muscles run on is primarily carbohydrates. Carbs are not these evil things. Now, anything in moderation or anything not in moderation can go out of hand. But if I worked out my bicep muscle, I need to refuel not only protein for building it bigger, but carbohydrates as well to refuel. So the next day I work out, or the next off day, or whatever, if I do an off day and I work out the following day after that, I need to be ready to go, ready to hop right back in and work even harder, right? Recovery is so essential for muscle growth. So that is foundation number 1. Foundation number 2, a lot of these workouts we're going to be doing what's called eccentric style training. All that means, and it might be referred to as negative cell training too. All that means is, let's take that bicep curl again. If I am lengthening right now, I have the weight at the top, or mostly body weight as we'll be doing, but let's say I'm lowering right now, my bicep is lengthening, right? It's getting longer. So as I'm lengthening my muscle fibers, they still have to hold the same weight. The weight is not changing, but my muscle length is. So my muscle fibers have to work harder and harder as they lengthen for the same weight. This has been shown time and time again. Eccentric style training helps increase muscle density and muscle mass. This is a foundation for any style of training wanting to gain muscle. This will be like our tempo workouts, like a slow squat down or a slow push-up down. Something where you're loading eccentric and then explode concentric out of it. Concentric has not been shown a slow concentric, wow, to help with huge muscle gains. It's not necessarily something we won't do, but eccentric has been shown time and time again, and I've seen it in person with training my clients and athletes that way. Third foundation of muscle gain and recovery. Now, okay, we are not doing a cardio style workout in this. We're not working out for the heart and muscle gain. Yes, we're getting huge benefits from the heart because the heart pumps blood and all that to the muscle that helps it grow. We need to be working high intensity, high frequency, high volume. All that means is lower rest, usually under about 60 seconds, under about 45 seconds. So, you know, you've heard the term, no pain, no gain, feel the burn. What they're referring to would be more of a muscle gain or a hypertrophic, that just means muscle gain style of training. So if you feel a burn, that is usually metabolites lactic acid, that burning sensation in your muscle that's like, oh my God, I'm feeling this, I'm working. If you were working for muscle gain, which is what we are doing, good. Breathe through the burn and keep going. Do your repetitions, keep going, rest less and go. Now, you wanna make sure you're good, able to go. You're not gonna faint or anything, right? But muscle gain, you are going a little bit faster because you really want to tax and break down that muscle as much as possible. So, foundation number one can occur, which is recovery. Like I said, breaking down the muscle, working out, which we have covered. We got all these workouts here. Let's say that's 50%, or if you want to say 55, 60, doesn't really matter to me. Recovery is just as important. These two together, we freaking work out while we're going here, and then we recover while we're going or while we're not going. This is what has happened and time again, and what will get you to keep and sustain healthy, swole, lean, whatever your goal is, style muscle to go on in your workouts as you go on in your workout career. So I wanted to outline these three foundations before we went into this. Like I said, I'll probably be mentioning quite a few of these in the workout videos themselves. As always, you guys are awesome. Let's get it. I'm excited you're here. I'm excited to get you in the muscle gain videos because that's what we're going to be doing. So think about how can we make this a reality? How can you use these foundations to actually make muscle gain happen? Ask yourself that question. I'll see you guys in the